You're kissing your TV, ni drive phezu kombhede, because i-real Goboza ikhaya lomkhosi libuyile to finesse you through the lives of the famous and of course the trouble that follows them. Igama lami ngusinazi Ntombi yakwaYolo again. Namhlanje ubhuti ozoncedisa ndiphake lamabali of the most lit and legit names eGollywood is my co-host Msizi James.
Hey!
Moloput.
Hey, Sawona Siswam. You know what? This place looks very nice. I could fit in right here, eh? Ngiyabonga kakhulu for welcoming me to the home of celebs and all the dirty secrets that follow them around. But instead of talking about me tonight, here's a look at what you can expect from tonight's show.
Tonight on RGB, we find out who got in the news. Then we unveil this week's hottest style star, and we look back at Mam Winnie through the eyes of our celebrities. Ubani curious again nge albums ga Nadia Nakai Notejo, Bossman Casper Nyovest uxelele fans the same thing abantu abadala baxelela abantwana balambileyo. It'll be ready when it's ready. Uphinde wongeza ngelithi, haters will get a chance to talk to Nadia after they've earned the right to do so. Just like when you're in the club.
Sure, Osba serious but Casper. In other news, Irazule Kwaito Uprix will be sleeping at home tonight after Step Ahead Productions coughed up, listen to this, 80,000 rand for his bail. They say they do this because Baakwalugutu Prix against Zangaluto, which makes me wonder, right? If Enkantolo he loses, will he then have to hashtag pay back the money?
Uzajoyina EQSLA ikhona. Umpoma boy aka Mrs. Echolonyana wants to make it abundantly clear uba akanikhathalelanga nina haters what you think about her love life. Right. Ungaphinde ubuze mina ke uba why she took the time out of her busy schedule to release a public announcement telling every hater she doesn't care about what they think. Akanandaba nawe, which is why she's spending this time to tell you ukuthi she doesn't have time for you. Yeah.
I know, those is cut, eh? But somebody who has no time on his hand is Dash because he's just done what his name suggests and he is dashed from the dream team to go do his own thing. All over Baktwali, they say that he's got another engagement, which leads me to believe he's either gone to do someone or something.
Ngiyathemba awuthethe ngo-J something because lo muntu akakho engaged utshatile. Now J something has opened up about how before kufike ifame he used to manage, clean and run a recording studio for ezinye imvumi ezaziwayo. Right now but uyapheka and conveniently some of his customers are probably also big name artists. So you see, my brother, hard work pays off and sometimes you might get a meal out of it.
Ooh, let's move right along, man. Upel Tusi says that she's okay after somebody tried to rob her at Bramfontein.
She's allowed.
Anyway, she says she was standing at the robots when somebody came with a gun and tried to take her phone. She was like, Satane, not today, and she drove off. What I'd really like to know, though, is how the guy would have gone and explained this to his friends. He would have been like, and then she drove off, and his friends would have been, Fetu,
Unamanga. Now WHP uthi album yakhe landelayo ethi Drum izaba yeyokugqibela. So best you bang on it when it drops. Maybe singamtshintsha ingqondo.
Now, it's a song that we've heard before. AKA is now saying that he's done beefing. Okay, fine, Lungile, but is he not the same person who started it all? Yo, in the words of Somizi, ooh, shame.
Guilty. Now, according to tabloids, fraudsters have apparently hit Tapelo Mokoena for a large sum of cash. Elibali lidibanise some foreign currency, ne internet, indo ebegmelba azhlangani zona. So people, if you wouldn't send them a booty pic, why would you give them your bank details? Yabona, rules to live by. Mamela man, it's time for us to play a little game. Already?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got some good news for you and I've got some bad news. Ufuneze.
I was planning a bad news, so I have something to look forward to.
Okay, bad news is phela ngendaba zale veki.
Okay. Any good news, Yona?
Now the good news is wena ke ungaphinda usibukele kwakhona if you've recorded today's episode, huh?
Now we jump from records to record-setting style. Now, every week, celebs get to show off just how fashion-forward they are on their Instagram pages.
Nyansile bhuti, so sithethe napha ekhaya masithathe their good couture choices and put them under the spotlight so that their efforts in looking effortlessly amazing can be rewarded with segment yethu entsha ethi Style Star. Now, this week's Style Star is Bonang Mateba. We at RGB are obsessed with these two ensembles that she wore this past week. I think these looks will give celebrities all types of FOMO.
Now, Masuke, from the good side of all the glamorous people to the not so good side. In this section of RGB, we name and shame those who brought disrepute Igama elingaka to the celeb game, and the person who earned this week's hot mess is none other than Miss Peanut Butter and Jelly Donut on her face, Miss Moonchild Sanelli. She posted a clip of her new video for F-Boys on Instagram, and we think whoever styled her also needs to hashtag pay back the money.
Masbes City, she looked delicious, and yabasizela kabantu who are going through the most. But if it's by your own causing, dizisizela myself. Ubandi post a reaction ka Black Twitter to your nonsense.
No, I mean, guys, sabi Black Twitter. But you know what we're going to do right now is go to a place where RGB can't uncover the truth behind the lies, the ad bakes. Yeah, we imagine going down.
Coming up, we walk the international catwalk with Nandi Madida, and we mine the riches on the tropical island of treasure.
Ikhaya lomkhosi selibuyile to show you what you would have seen had your name made it onto that list, that A-list.
Yazi bhuti wami, xa kuthethwa nge-A-listers, it doesn't get much bigger than Nandi Madida. This queen of the celebrity world just added another jewel to her crown as she showcased her fashion line Color at New York Fashion Week. Ububungekho ke wena in the Big Apple njengathi, don't stress. A friend of the RGB family, Jensu, definitely was. Here's what you missed out on. Local actress, TV presenter, singer, and now fashion designer, Nandi Madida made her New York Fashion Week autumn-winter debut this year. Her ready-to-wear clothing range was inspired by women empowerment, which depicted her vision through touches of femininity with traditional elements. Models strutted the runway with vibrant wigs that complemented every design. The collection is undeniably modern and chic, but what we love the most is its strong African aesthetic with bold colors and patterns. Her aim was to reinvent the Afrocentric-inspired bespoke power suit on the runway, and every single piece stood out. This collection is about the women of today who pride themselves on diversity through all shapes, sizes, and colors. She wanted to include power suits in the collection because it's about how the women wear the suits, which is representative of them being independent, having a voice, and taking on whatever they want to in this very patriarchal society that we live in. Nandi collaborated with designer Josh Patron, and she is proud of every piece they worked on together. This is what she had to say about the importance of showcasing her collection at New York Fashion Week 2018.
Well, I think more than anything, this is definitely the fashion capital. Who would pass on such an opportunity? It's paramount for us to also make sure we're on par with the world, with what the globe is doing. So an opportunity like New York Fashion Week is just a great way to realize where you stand and fit in terms of all the other designers and what everyone else is doing. Yeah.
No shame, tell us down. Zex Bantwini is the luckiest man alive. And of course, congratulations to you, Nandi, on your momentous achievement. I guess when they say that some people just have too much talent,
Now, a whole lot of talented and famous people got together for the next season of Tropical Island of Treasure. Since competition usually brings out the worst in people, sifuna ubona thina how ugly the prettiest people in showbiz can be. Xa belwela la 1 million rand prize.
All right, RGB standing next to me right now is my boy. So, congratulations, you are the host of Tropical Island of Treasure Season 8. My guy, you are doing absolutely amazing. How are you feeling?
Thank you very much. I feel like I need to say Dimasehare Abo there. Just to get within the spirit of these things. No, but listen, it is such a privilege being a host of this show that's been loved and watched by so many South Africans over the years, and to assume the important role of a host, you know, as the driving force behind the games and the narrative of the show, and hopefully creating something that the country's gonna love watching every Monday as their entertainment. You know what I mean?
Okay, so now Karabo, if you could introduce a water game to the challenge, which game would you definitely introduce?
I think holding your breath underwater. Yeah. I'll say the one where you put coins at the bottom of the deep end and then try to collect as many as possible. So if you can hold your breath, you can definitely collect as many and come up and then go down again.
I would not introduce any water challenges to this.
What kind of challenge would you introduce?
I would not, because I was part of the season and the water challenges are the ones that clap me the most. So if I could do away with them, I would. I mean, I love swimming, but not in a competitive type, situation.
How do you deal with people that actually stare at your six pack? I've seen it.
Ah! When last was that scene? Not now.
They're appreciating the beauty that God has designed, so it's all good, man.
If they're staring, Angboni.
Thank you guys. I wouldn't be anything without you.
Literally saying thank you for staring at me. So tell me, what are your beach keepaways? Like, do not bring to the beach.
Keepaways. Whew. I don't think you necessarily need a long pair of jeans.
You can't be having like suits and, you can't be overdressed.
SPF sunblock that is higher than 30.
Ever had sex on the beach?
It's a great cocktail. Yeah. I love it. Wait, what's the age restriction on the show?
We went to Maldives for our honeymoon. Yeah, fill in the blanks. It's terrible.
The cocktail, absolutely.
You know I'm talking about a cocktail, right?
Oh shit! Okay, well, I don't really drink cocktails, so and I do think that the former is more exciting than a cocktail.
That's a great question, by the way. Have you?
Yes, I love my cocktails.
Yeah.
Sex on the beach, not too many times, but yeah, I have.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yes, I hope you've had sex on the beach too. It's a nice cocktail. Bye.
No shame. I'm wishing everybody who's taking part good luck. Because lo winner knows ukuthi mina I was there. I was behind them.
Besivotile.
Ngizomsupporta.
Besisupportile.
Futhi ngizomsupporta masingenile imali.
Masispendeni sonke check.
Exactly.
Yazi ke nansi enye indawo that might make you want to blow all the money you have. The ad breaks. Goboza izobuya. Look. After the break, we remember the mother of the nation, Winnie Madikizela-Mandela. Unqaphambili womgosi ubuyile to give you one thing that you crave the most, and that is the truth. Tonight's truth centers around the life of an amazing and revolutionary woman, Winnie Madikizela-Mandela, and her extraordinary life.
Yes, and here to help us reminisce about the amazing contributions of the lady we refer to as the mother of the nation, RGB is so proud to be joined in studio by the talented Wanda Baloyi, aka Queen Choco, as we pay tribute to the legendary icon. Sisi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wanda, for coming. It's always good to see you.
Same here.
Now, as a woman who went through the most, and of course was a woman of strength and had a lot of pain and suffering in her life, what do you think Winnie Mandela means to you as the mother of the nation?
She means so many things, and I think as a black woman, she means power, she means strength, she means fearlessness, which is something that we need to possess a lot as African women, because we hide and lose so many things behind fear. You know what I mean? So she stood there, she fought through no matter what situation that was there for us to be given this opportunity. So for me, she resembled a lot of fearlessness.
Wanda, what is the one moment that you think is the most iconic for you in her life?
Mama Winnie had so many iconic memories and moments, and I think the one that stood out for me coincides with present. When she was a young girl, 9 years old, she witnessed the face of apartheid, the face of hatred, when she was with her father and she saw a white worker chasing a man that was feeding his kids with bread, and chased them out of the shop. And she witnessed that, and as a 9-year-old, she didn't understand what that meant. So the birth of hatred against black people began there. And to see that 360 and how she went through her whole life of fighting for the nation to the love that she showed recently on her granddaughter Zodeka Mandela is a whole 360. So she was a woman that fought so much but was still able to love. Wow.
And like you just said, she was a woman that fought a lot for people, for herself, stood up for herself, knew how to get what she wanted. How important is it as a woman to fight for what you believe in?
I think it's so important. I think it's something that should be instilled in every young girl. Every young girl. It's important. I mean, society and the world tramples us in many different things. It's a career, it's relationships, it's so many things. We're constantly trying to find a voice, trying to find something to make us represent and show who we are. And she stood there as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, and said, I am all that, but I have a voice. And I think that's so important to instill that in every young woman.
And speaking of having a voice, let's take a look at other celebrities who remembered Winnie.
I feel like a lot of the good things that she did went unrecognized. You know, Winnie did so much for our country, and people really try to change the way we see her. You know, I feel like there's a whole correction that we need to do as society and South African, youth and different individuals, and we need to spread the message of what she was really about.
I think, she fought for so many things that you and I have right now, and I think it's our duty to learn from her and to pass the baton. We need to be the role models for the young girls that are coming. We need to show them the way. We need to open doors for them. We need to make it easier for those who are coming behind us. We need to pay it forward, whether it's with time, talent, money, or whatever it is, or volunteer work. I think you need to take time in your life to make the world a better place.
Many people have tried to shun or minimize the impact or the legacy that she had left. In fact, tried to manipulate it in such a way where it makes it seem as though she was more detrimental to the country's progression than she was a success. But in actual fact, she's the true hero. So to Winnie Mandela, thank you so much for everything that you've done. We're here at this point because of your resilience, your strength. You overcame so much, you were so self-sacrificial, and not many of us today can even come close to that.
All I just want to say is that her sacrifices that she made for our country will go on in our history forever. And whether people want to respect that or not, it's a fact of life. We are where we are today because of the struggles, because she kept the legacy of Umatiba alive, and of course just all her personal sacrifices because she knew what she was fighting for.
Oh, Ikawe Lamakawe. She was the strongest, bravest woman, and what she lived for and what she did in our country is something us as women can look up to. So we appreciate her being alive in our time, and for us to witness how she was. So yeah, forever and ever.
She took care of our country, so she nurtured what we are today. So that's how I describe it. Yeah.
The passing of Winnie has hit us all very hard. I think at this point in time, we really need to respect the sacrifice that she and many other people made. I'm talking millions of people made and make sure that this country was liberated. And it is unfortunate, that I feel while she was alive, she didn't get the due respect. In her passing, we can see the whole country is in mourning. And I just want us to honor her memory in the utmost and most favorable way we all can.
I would like to say to her, thank you. And I'm so sorry for everything that anyone has ever done to you. The hardships, the trials and tribulations, fighting for justice, fighting for the right things, fighting for the people of our country, fighting for peace, for equal rights. I'm so sorry for everything that we have done too.
So rest in peace, for eternal peace. Lalango Xolo Mama. Blessings.
Now, Wanda, you were one of the many women and celebrities who paid tribute to Winnie at Constitutional Hill. Tell us a little about that.
That moment for me was a moment that stood out so beautifully. It was a session of women that came together, celebrated one iconic woman through music. And I don't know if you recall, she was part of the Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture back in 1994. So the whole hashtag of I am Winnie Mandela comes back to me when I was asked, who are you? Or how do you see Mama Winnie Mandela? I say, I see me. Because she has represented every little piece of who we are, even through music. There's no better way to celebrate. There's no better way to come together and start a new generation using her principles for the future, but through music. It was such a beautiful moment. So many amazing voices came together and celebrated her life. And I think that's something that shouldn't end now. It should go on years and years, generations after us.
I love how you said you see yourself when you look at her. What would you say in your life is the biggest lesson you've learned from her?
Besides her fearlessness is her resilience and the fact that she paved the way for our freedom. This month is Freedom Month. We're celebrating not only the fact that she's gone, but we're celebrating the fact that she fought for Freedom Day. It's going to be a day where we not only celebrate our fallen heroes, but we're celebrating our future onwards. She celebrated the future. She resembles to me life to its infinity. I mean, I want my great-grandchildren to know and brag who she was about and what she was. And she should be able to see a resemblance of her in every woman in South Africa.
I think
not the world.
I can safely say for every woman in South Africa, we have been inspired. Now, just in closing, what is the one thing you would like to say to pay tribute to this great icon?
I would like to say that I would love to see her legacy live through every day. I don't want to see, I mean, we were speaking earlier on that it's very sad that we get to celebrate and honor people when they are gone, when they should be honored when they are alive. So I would like to see change. I would like to see people walking around with their head wraps and their, African attire, celebrating our culture, celebrating our fallen heroes, celebrating Mama Winnie Mandela, and celebrating who we are as people and more especially as African women.
Wanda, thank you so much for coming to join us in celebrating this iconic, phenomenal woman. Is that we only appreciate the sacrifices and achievements of our finest individuals. Mama Winnie's legendary legacy is one that makes me wonder, Lala kahle Mama of the nation, you will be greatly missed and loved.
And on that somber note, it's time for us to say goodbye. To disappear, Jengesgebeng is Sanduk Jonjimali. But if you still want to have this conversation with us, get a hold of us on Facebook on official Real Goboza, or hit us up on Twitter at official RGB. And remember to use the hashtag Real Goboza.
Or if you want to get closer to us than a snail is to the ground, zama we personal pages zethu. Mr. James is available digitally at Msizi James. Good night.